Hi guys, today I'm doing another celebrity makeup tutorial, and this one is for Phoebe Tonkin from the originals and Vampire Diaries. But I recently got back into the originals and I just remembered how gorgeous she is, and I got completely obsessed and went searching for pictures of her on Pinterest and stuff, and this is one of the ones that came up a lot. This is the look that she goes for. I want to say like 70% of the time when she's on Instagram and stuff. She does very minimal makeup. She does, you know, sometimes go for a red lip or more eyeliner, but this is the look I feel like I kind of see from her most often, and I really like it a lot. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video, and please keep on watching if you want to see how I got this makeup look. Okay, so starting off, I'm going to use the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. When you use a moisturizing primer like this, I think that no matter what foundation you use, it doesn't look really all that fake, like you're actually wearing foundation. Moving on, I'm going to use the It Cosmetics CC cream. She does definitely have like a glow to her skin. And then we're going to do under eyes. It doesn't have really any darkness at all, but it's also not super highlighted, so I'm going to use my normal under eye concealer, the Rimmel Wake Me Up, nothing crazy. I'm just going to kind of conceal my darkness and not go overboard with it. Just use my ring finger to blend that. So now on to face concealing. I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer. So whatever concealer you like should do the trick. I just find that this one matches me super well. I'm just going to take that back of my hand and apply that to all of the ridiculous spots I'm having at the moment, which is super annoying, but you know, this is life. I don't know why every time I do my makeup I close one eye. Next, I'm just gonna do some eye primer. While I'm letting that sink in, I'm gonna do my brows. She has very dark hair. Her roots are much darker than mine, much more cool, dark brown, and her brows are perfect. Like, she has Instagram brows, very dark and angular, and mine are a bit more wispy and like soft looking, so I'm gonna try to get the look that she has. We'll see how it goes, and hers are just, her arch is a bit more pointed than mine, but we're gonna go for it. So I'm gonna brush them up so they're all going in the same direction, and then I'm taking my Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit. I'm just using a powder. I think it gives me the most definition and it's easiest in my opinion. I'm using that really dark shade at the bottom. Hers is definitely darker, so you know, just kind of do what works for you. You don't want to completely just change your brow color because it'll look crazy on you. Do the top first. Kind of stop at the arch and then come down. Okay, do the same thing over here. Start at the top, arch, and come down. And my brows are so different looking, but I mean, that's life, isn't it? To make sure that they stay like that and that my brow hairs don't move all around when the color is set down, I am going to put some stuff in it. I'm using the Glossier Boy Brow. I talked about this in a couple of videos and I really like it. It really holds my brows in place but doesn't feel crunchy, doesn't look weird. So just take a little bit of that just so this doesn't all move around. But we're gonna go on to eye makeup. Her eye makeup is gorgeous and it looks really nice with her eyes. So if you have hazel eyes and more green tones, this is really gonna suit you nicely. It has a lot of warm tones in it, which aren't great for me at the moment since I am so pale. But I'm gonna use my LORAC Pro palette just because it has a lot of very neutral shades. If you don't have this palette, you can still achieve the look with similar colors. So the first color I'm gonna go in with just to kind of lay down a baseline is Mauve, this one right here. It's kind of mauve. That's literally exactly as I would describe it. It just is like a pinky grayish brown, and I really like it a lot. So I'm going to take this brush from Real Techniques. It's just kind of a flattish, fluffy brush. Take a little bit of that and just kind of do a crease color, but very light wash. This is also going to kind of be like a limit so that we know not to go any higher than this. Next, we're going to go in with a pencil brush with this dark shade, Sable. It's right there. It's kind of a chestnut brown, I would call it. And I'm going to take that pretty intensely, kind of just blend inward from the outside, but we're not going up all the way how I normally would. And that's kind of stamping the product down. Then I'm going to take that same brush I started with and just start blending that. Then we're going to take an angled liner brush and go in with Espresso, not black, but like a really dark brown. You could do black if your hair is darker and like darker shades suit you better. I'm going to take Espresso. First thing I'm going to do is line my upper lash line. And this can be quite thick. Normally I just press it in and like leave it, but I'm going to lay it down, clean it off, and then kind of pull up. And I think that really thickens the lash line up. You can already see the difference in my eyes. And then whatever's left on that brush, I'm going to take on my lower lash line right up by the lashes. Might have to go back for more, I lied. Blend that with your finger or the very tiny brush. I just use my fingers because I have more control that way. She does have a bit of a color on the inner area, and I'm gonna go with this light pink shade. It is matte right here. It's almost white. You can go with any kind of cream shade, but I think hers definitely pulls a bit more on the pinky side. And for here, I'm going to use this kind of flat concealer brush. Pack that on right in the lid. That actually is a bit more pink than I was anticipating, so I am going to go over with the cream color right there. It's also matte, it's just a bit more white than pink. And just blend that extra so the brown and the cream shade kind of blend together. We're also going to take a fluffy brush like that and take that cream shade again and go above the darkness right by the brow. She doesn't have like a serious brow highlight, but she definitely has some lightness here compared to the rest of her skin tone. Looking good for eyes. Now we're going to curl the lashes and apply some mascara. You can use whatever mascara you want. She definitely doesn't have false lashes on. I'm going to use the Maybelline Lash Stiletto. It's just one of my current favorites. Now onto face. I'm going to use the e.l.f. contour palette. I haven't used this in a while, but I really love it. It has a lot of nice shades because she has some coolness and some warmth. So I'm going to use the darker shade down here. Obviously, I like that one. But I'm going to use that one first and give myself a bit of a contour. Hers kind of rounds around her cheek because she has very like big apples of the cheek. So that's what I'm going to try to recreate. So just from here, so not as low as I would normally go. And you want to blend that really nice because it doesn't really look like she has much contour. I'm just trying to recreate a similar face shape to hers. Her nose is also a bit smaller than mine as everyone's is, so I'm going to take that same darker shade and contour my nose. Also just going to take a bit of that darker shade up right by the hairline. And then what I'm going to do is take that same brush with the warmer shade and just kind of lightly dust it on the apples, the cheeks, and just kind of everywhere just to give a more of a not so pale look. Okay, and then her cheek color, I cannot put my finger on it. It's really, really pretty. It's rosy, but not too rosy, and it has a touch of pink. So what I thought I would do is, as I know she uses these actually in real life, I don't know about this picture, but I'm going to use two Glossier cloud paints. And I'm using these two shades, which is Dusk, my favorite one, and Puff, which I rarely use. It's just very bright for me, but I feel like this will really suit this look very well because she looks very springy. And now normally, like I always do, is put my blush right on the apples, like here, but because her face has a really cool shape when she smiles, she has her blush like here underneath. So we're gonna try that first. We're gonna go into Dusk. This goes a long way. You don't need much, but it is hard to make a mistake because it's so easy to blend. So I'm gonna take a tiny bit of Dusk, the more neutral shade, smile, and apply it right underneath the apple. Like when you smile, where your roundness part is right underneath there. So that's it for Dusk, and I do think that looks nice, but hers is definitely just a bit more like bright and popping out. So I'm gonna use some Puff as well, just to add some of that brightness. And I think that looks, oh my god, those two blended together is so pretty. Oh my god, I love it. And then last but not least is lips, and she has a bit of a pinkish color. It's darker around the edges and lighter on the inside, and it doesn't look super matte, but it doesn't look really like glossy either. So I think the shade that closely resembles it, that I think really goes with that cheek color I just mixed together, is Max Brave, which is my go-to like last summer, but now I'm really pale and it's a little bit too bright, but we're gonna do it anyway. And it's this shade right here. It's very pretty, and I'm gonna apply that all over first. So over that, I'm going to go over with the Milani Matte Naked. This is matte, but it's very creamy. And it's a bit cooler in tone, less pink, I guess. I always like to kind of blend my lip in because I feel like it looks more stained and natural. And then to just finish off the look, I am going to use some setting spray from Milani so that I'm not powdering this. And that's the completed look. So that is the completed look. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me recommendations below to letting me know what other celebrity looks you'd like me to do. But I really hope that you enjoyed this, like I said. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I will see you next time. Bye!